It's already been a year? Weird. I think what makes this really weird to me is that, yeah, I kind of, sort of, stopped streaming last January, more or less. And it wasn't any fault of mine, the internet was just having a fit. But here I am again, able to actually properly stream again. It was a crazy year. But yeah, hello V-Sheep, hello Gabe, and thanks for the birthday happies. Don't know where my brain was going with that originally. But yeah, I've actually got, internet that can keep up with my stuff, and this time I actually turned on the sound redeems properly. How I've been? It's been interesting. Stressed, but I feel like that comes with retail work. I can get into that a bit later. But I've gone from living in Missouri to now living back in Washington State, which is a lot more comfortable to me personally, because this state is a lot more LGBT friendly. I don't entirely know what I'm going to do today for this stream. Mostly because, well, it's been a bit. Like, yeah, I could do Silent Hill 1, but OBS updated, and so I would have to redo everything for that. I could do Ghostwire Tokyo, which is a game I did get with the intention of playing it on stream. Yeah, I didn't go into today's stream with a major plan in mind, I will admit to that. A lot of things were getting sort of sidelined thanks to, well, life. Had a few money problems, work doing its thing. Like, so I work in the dairy department of another grocery store. Apparently that's where I'm cursed to be. But Saturday, Sundays, usually there's not a whole lot, like, of a load to do. Typically, for Saturday, Sundays, those are pretty tame. There's not a huge pallet. I also work alone on those days, as in the other person who works in the department, because they're not willing to hire more than 2 people for the department. And mind you, this department is one that needs at least 3 or 4 people to be efficient. But I digress. This Saturday, they decided to give us 3 full pallets, and 3 milk pallets. So, we don't even get that much when it's the 2 of us. And here I am, alone, having to do that. I knew that I was going to need help. I asked for help literally the moment I stepped into the cooler. And by the time I actually received any help at all, there was 2 hours left in the day. I then spent Sunday, basically the entirety of that, with my managers looking at me like I had screwed up. And I'm just sitting here like, what could I have done? I was 1 person against a 2 to 3 person job. Potentially even 4. And yeah, so I'm probably going to be looking into getting a different job soon. Not because they're probably going to fire me, because they kind of are desperate for having anyone in that department, because no one wants to be there, and I'm seeing why I got the position so easily. So I'm either going to look into a different department in that same store, or I'm going to look into a completely different workplace in general, but, you know, that's retail. Retail is the bane of my existence. The funny part is, retail doesn't have to be this bad. It just is because a lot of the people who are, you know, in power... I hate to say this because it sounds really rude, but generally they're not competent enough to be in power. There's a certain level of finesse that it takes for leadership. I may not have those myself, but you don't need to be a chef to know that your food is garbage. And what ends up frequently happening, in my experience for retail, is that the people who are in charge of a store aren't very good leaders. They can do the paperwork side of things, but actually leading people, they can't do that. I've also noticed that sometimes they focus too much on profit and not enough on efficiency. Because, like I was saying earlier, the dairy department that I work at, it kind of needs like 3 to 4 people to be an efficient machine. But when I raised it up, like, I think that was my 3rd or 4th day working there. The manager basically turned to me and was like, oh, we only need 2 people for that. I should have taken that as the massive red flag for what that was. Because I saw that. I saw what we could do. And I immediately knew that we can't get all the things done. Because, yeah, sure, I can unload all of the pallet, or most of the pallet, with no major hurdles most of the time, unless it's like an actual multi-person job. The problem is they want us to do more than that, and that's where it starts to get a little finicky, because, you know, they want us to unload the pallet, put everything out on, you know, do the back stock, rotate the stock, put the new stuff on if it can fit. That's understandable, I can do that. But they also want us to do the counts, they want us to clean the shelves, they want us to basically do a lot of stuff that we physically cannot do. Apparently there was someone who worked there that could do that, which, yeah, good for them, but I don't get paid enough, first off, and second off, not everyone is capable of that. I don't think a lot of retail managers remember what it's like to be on the bottom rung. Or if they do, they are echoing the sentiments of previous managers, and it's not working out very well. Oh, who am I to say? I am not a retail individual. I worked for Walmart for more than 2 years and it was hell. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, especially since Walmart is currently in the process of getting sued for wage theft. Yeah. That's a whole thing. Oh god, an Amazon driver. Get well soon, buddy. I just wish we had better workplaces to be at. Considered getting a job sooner or later because it is what it is. I currently have no way to make money, stuff I actually like. But the idea of working and interacting with people actively for multiple hours and having to do things right makes me want to see at the top of the goat. Okay. So, I am going to just say this, V. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming at first, but if you can find something where the people who come in are there because they want to be there, not because they have to be there, it makes all the difference in the world. So, great example, if you work at a pet shop, the people are there mostly because they want to be there. If you work at a flower shop, people want to be there. It makes a huge difference in how the people, the customers, interact with you. Work at a comic shop. Work at a flower shop. Don't work at a grocery store. Or do. I don't know if it's any different over in other countries, because I've only ever really lived in the US. So for all I know, it could be a lot better of a system elsewhere. Because one of the things that I have recently come to understand is that a lot of other countries see Americans as insane, because we tend to work ourselves to death for very little. And you know, there's also the whole food aspect. Grease out the wazoo and enough sugar to choke a horse. But that's another story. I'm going to be a truck driver later this year. Currently in the process of schooling for that. Yeah, I did see that bit. Wishing you the best on that. Because depending on what company you do the truck driving for, you can actually make quite a decent amount of money from it. Especially these days, because you are something of a commodity, high in demand, because a lot of people are trying to not do that. And it's starting to get to the point where the people who were, you know, hiring people for that are realizing, okay, maybe we weren't treating our employees good enough. Ooh, 6 figures. So, I'm still trying to figure out what I am going to do as a different job. I'll have to look into it more, since, you know, today and tomorrow is my weekend. I'm actually going to be spending a bit of time after stream probably looking into that. But yeah, financial stability and peace of mind are definitely good. I'm trying to look for that myself. It happens, though. How to look for jobs, need to go through public transport in some way, and also requirements and experience in other horror stories if you've heard over the years. Okay. Again, there is multiple ways to look for jobs. There's usually, like, some kind of site, or just wandering around. Feels like poison on me. I mean, this is perfectly fair. Jobs are kind of a poison anyways. I'm gonna be real. The only job that I have worked so far that I have legitimately enjoyed was working in the lawn and garden center for the grocery store that I worked at over in Missouri. And that was because I spent my entire day caring for plants and helping people find the plants that they wanted. When there was no customers around, I would be online looking up things for the plants that we have out on the store. I'd be doing research, making sure that I knew enough about the plants to be able to tell the customer as much as they needed to hear, and I liked that. It was a very chill experience. A lot of the customers, like I said before, were there because they wanted to be, and it made such a huge difference compared to working at the gas station or working up front as a cashier. The people were there not because they needed to have an apple tree right here, right now. They thought it would be nice. They want to try taking care of an apple tree. They want a hibiscus or whatever. And that, I feel like, makes a huge difference. It's... You gotta find something that is entry level, but is also on the more casual side. Because when you're working with grocery stores or fast food, you're dealing with some people who, well, they want their food and they want it now. And people get cranky when it comes to food. So if you're doing something like, you know, selling plants, flowers, comic books, games, there tends to be a lot less of a issue there, because a lot of the customers that you are experiencing are there because they want to be. It's a hobby, a passion. Sell fabric. Sell threads. In general, I feel awful trying to think of all the steps I need to take to get stuff together. Feels bad not doing anything right this instant. So, it took me until I was about 19 before I finally, you know, buckled down and got a job. And it took me until basically recently for me to get my own place that I was paying for. We all take things at our own pace. There's no issue with taking it slow, because we all do things at a different pace. I might be faster or slower at different things than you. You might be able to dance circles around me in places where I am slow. And I might be able to do the same with stuff that you can do. It's a fairly natural thing. Because we're not all the same. We're all different. We have our different strengths and weaknesses. And that's okay. I would say that also when it... hold on. Okay, I thought I had to sneeze, but it didn't come through. I hate that. Help. But yeah, it's kind of tough to try and bounce in when you haven't, like, started quite yet. I will admit that. First job was probably one of my most stressful. I worked at a oil changing place, and I found out very quickly that I'm not a car person. Yeah, sure, I was decent at the job that I did. I could do it quickly, I could do it efficiently, but I didn't like all the noise. It was overwhelming, overstimulating, and I was basically on the verge of a panic attack every couple hours. But I wouldn't exactly trade that experience either, because it was a valuable insight, to me at least. I found out that I can't do that job. It's too loud, it's too noisy for me. And as a result, I have a better understanding of where I can fit. As for retail, I've found that I can do it, and I'm not bad at it. I just need to be in the right place for it. Oh, Birthdie, thanks for following. Probably a buy, yeah. We'll see. I mean, yeah, the go at your own pace advice is a very common one. But I feel like also that generally speaking, it's still a fairly good one, because if you go too fast, you're just gonna burn yourself out, and yeah. I feel like if you burn yourself out, it becomes harder than ever. Whereas if you go at your own pace, you're kind of taking in things as you need them. I've tried to rush myself on things before, and I've found that it just makes everything slower. Actually, really good example. Try tying your shoes. Tie your shoes in two different ways. One to go at your pace, and the other to go as fast as humanly possible. You're gonna take longer trying to go as fast as humanly possible, trying to tie those shoes, because your physics, like the physics of the laces, your hands, they're not going to cooperate in a way that can make that, you know, quick and efficient in comparison to your usual pace. I have tried to tie my shoes, like, in a hurry because I'm late, and what ends up happening is I take more time trying to tie my shoes than I would if I had just tied them normally. You try to rush, you make a lot of mistakes, and it can slow things down. What's the song? It is Crystal Teardrops from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's the area... It's like the cavern area of the game before you get into the Upside Down Castle. Hold on. I can actually change to the Upside Down Castle version. So when you get to the Upside Down Castle, it starts sounding like this. Symphony of the Night has really good music. But, yeah. It's a tough balance trying to figure out the optimal pacing. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. It does take some time. It's been so long not bothering to be independent and think about the future. I feel like I need to cram everything ASAP to get going. Again, I haven't managed to get independent until, like, just recently. This is my first time living in a room or house that I'm putting money towards entirely. And I'm starting today 25. It's not, you know, super bad to take time or, you know, find the time when you're ready for things. Because it took me longer than a lot of people from my high school. A lot of people were 18 when they got their own place. And that happens. But there's no... There's nothing wrong with taking your time. Oh, welcome, Kishiru. Guten Tag. High school sucked. I had a mixed experience with high school. The first 2 years sucked for me, but the last 2 were fine. Suppose it just happens. But, let's see here. I guess we'll do Ghostwire Tokyo today. That way we're doing something. Didn't care much about school, nor did I. I found that I like college a lot more than I did public school, though. I don't know if it's a thing for most other countries, but the public schooling is... It does not prepare you at all for college. So when you get to college, it is a completely different beast. And all the things that they tell you you can and can't do in college are wrong. I had fun in college myself, but you know, to each their own. Let's see. I'll try to get this sorted real quick. I don't know how well it'll work. Cared even less about university. I mean, this is fair. To some people, they care more about school than others. We all have our preferences. Felt like I wasted more than 2 years on an associate's degree. I mean, I wasn't even able to complete my college because I was an online... okay, unskippable logo stuff. I love that. I hate it. I hate it very much. But, I wasn't able to complete my college stuff because it was all online. So when I actually had the ability to complete it, I had already had to cancel out of college because Sparklight, our internet service provider back in Missouri, just straight up refused to fix our issue, as you no doubt remember. Okay, let's see if we can get this sorted. Capture scene. Yeah, it really did just delete everything for me. There we go. Probably gonna turn down the sound, maybe? Not by too much, probably about about 80. But, yeah, so I had to cancel out of college because my internet service provider was not helping. I wasn't able to get on the Zoom calls necessary to do my college courses. And it was reaching a point where I was going to fail if I continued trying to push my luck with the internet service provider. So I canceled out of college, not because I wanted to, but because I literally had no choice because my internet service provider was atrociously bad. Like, they gave us good speeds. I was able to stream very well during 2021. But then, afterwards, when we had that cold snap, it was COVID era. So one of the things I've found while looking through reviews of Sparklight is they have terrible customer service, and they've had terrible customer service for as long as they've been operational. Which goes back to like 2015 or so. Because I keep seeing the same things, in fact, a lot of similar events in that area. Hey, there's a problem. They don't acknowledge that there is a problem. They say, oh, we can't see it. And then nothing gets fixed for 8 or more months. Because, yeah, even with the whole COVID era thing, I would say that they handled it incredibly poorly. Because I had basically been telling them since the issue started that, yeah, we're having massive packet loss. I can see it right here on the screen. I can see it when I'm playing games. I can see it when I'm streaming. Oh, for college? Yeah, kind of. A lot of the colleges in that area were only really allowing online patrons because they were still limiting the amount of people that could physically be there. I didn't personally mind that, but I couldn't get anything done, like I said, because my internet service provider in that area genuinely was not helping. I wasn't able to continue because... What the fuck? Hold on. This game does that thing that I hate so much. Okay. So my controller was still plugged in. And, okay. If you're designing a game, please, if the player is using their keyboard and mouse, don't continue to vibrate the controller anyways. I hate that. My controller nearly vibrated off my desk. And I didn't expect it because I'm using keyboard and mouse. I lost my train of thought thanks to that. Sorry.
なんだよ。
おい、寝ぼけたガキ。この体よこせ。
なんだよこの声。
そんな都合よくはいかねえか。
あれ？
たくど素人な。俺は中にいるんだ。このぐらいなんとか耐えろ。だな。
なんだ。何か来る。
喋んな。隠れる。いいから今は言う通りにしろ。
Yes, hide in plain sight.
私だけが君たちを救える。君たちの魂は純化する。来るべき世界の礎となる。すでに器は整った。それは魂の住まうべきところだ。さあ、集え。
Okay, a bot.
そこにある。
We're not accepting bots. This Persona game progressed fast to a demon making a public announcement and stealing souls. If only all the games were this brisk. I know nothing about Persona, so I can't really say anything on that myself.
敵だ。あと。
何言ってんだよ。そもそもあんた一体。
おい、抵抗するな。体はもう俺のもんだ。お前はさっき死んだ。俺が出ていけばお前は終わる。
そんな。どうすれば。
お前に選択肢などない。俺に従え。
嫌だ。僕にはやらなきゃいけないことがある。
やらなきゃいけないこと知るかよ。うだうだ言うなら他を探す。お前は終わりだ。
他？誰もいないぞ。
こいつ。
悪霊だか死神だか知らないが、この体は僕のものだ。あんたの指示は受けない。
そうかよ。だったら力ずくで奪うまでだ。お前には消えてもらう。
An interesting start.
まずは付き合ってやる。だが忘れるな。お前の命を握ってるのは俺だ。あんまりダダをこねるようならお払い箱だからな。分かったら早く進め。
指図するな。
S&T games usually start with a demon apocalypse. I wouldn't know. I've never actually had a chance to play any of those games. Oh god, is there mouse acceleration? No! There's mouse acceleration. No. Aim assist off. I thought we reached a point where we were done with mouse acceleration. No one uses it. It's awful. It's still on. Mouse acceleration's kind of hard to explain. But basically, when you move your mouse, the raw inputs are different. So, like, on this menu, this is my raw inputs. With mouse acceleration, this would be more like this. Because I can't really explain it very well, I'm going to be honest, but essentially it doesn't follow your exact raw inputs, and it can actively hinder aiming. No, not like that. Let's see if I can find a way to turn it off. Oh god, do I really have to do it this way? Okay, I have to find a way to save first. Slenderman?
なんだよこれ。
逃げきれない。俺の指示に従え。指先に神経を集中させて解き放つ。
Aiming is really hard like this.
相手の攻撃は守りを固めれば軽減できる。
Middle mouse for block?
まま残りを片付けようぜ。
何なんだよこの力。
俺がいなければあいつらにやられていたってことだ。さっさとお前の用事を済ませようぜ。
そうだ。妹のところに行かなきゃ。
妹に会いに行く途中で事故ったのか。
僕の体を。
When can I save? Okay, I can save now. I have to quit out of the game and open up an INI file to turn off mouse acceleration. Let's see. It is under user profile. Also, if you can hear the dog barking in the background, one of our neighbors has a dog that likes to bark constantly, and they do nothing about it at all. It's fun. It really is. Come on. Let's see if that works. Yeah. It's, I forget what breed the dog is. I just know that they don't take the best care of it. Wait, do they have? They have randomly selected intros for that? That's actually kind of interesting. Because it was a different thing last time. Okay, let's see if this worked. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put up with... It's still kind of funky, but it feels more like the mouse sensitivity is too much now.
僕の体を奪おうとしたやつに話す必要ないだろ。
それもそうだな。
あんたは何者なんだよ。
先にお前が話したら教えてやる。それにしてもひどい景色だ。ここまでかな。
The game looks good. Yeah, I kind of already figured out how to sprint.
渋谷なのか。ここだ。なんだこれ。
向こうの世界の物体がこちらに干渉している。物は試しだ。触れてみろ。
Slap.
お前でも力は得られるみたいだな。
Some weird controls going on here for sure.
妹ってのは病人なのか。ああ、それはタイミングが悪いな。
病室は4階だったな。
Oh, fourth floor. Wait, why is there a fourth floor? Don't they usually skip the fourth floor? Though I guess that's the hint right there. That there's a bad.
あいつら何してるんだ。
ああやって体を失った魂を集めてるんだよ。
何のために。
あの世に連れ去るか、そのまま自分たちの餌食にするか。どちらにしてもあの魂は救われない。
止めなきゃ。
待て、あいつらはまだこっちの存在に気づいている。
You sure about that?
社会には早く近づけ。見つかったか。戦って倒すしかねえよ。お前も力の使い方が分かってきたみたいだな。
They haven't noticed us yet as they're turning around to attack me.
よし、いいぞ。こういうところはまれびとが多い。気をつけろ。
まれびと。
さっきから相手をしている化け物を俺たちはそう呼んでいる。
You know, I feel like this is a game that could probably benefit from a lean command. Maybe. I don't know.
今度はチャージショットを試してみるぞ。一気に引き抜いてやれ。
Ooh, that is a cool animation.
今のは奴らの心臓みたいなものだ。引っこ抜けばひとたまりもないさ。
That was actually really cool.
エーテル結晶体で補給をしておけよ。
It's actually a really cool animation. Damn! They got the animations down. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Cinder. Yoink. I have a feeling that that's going to remain satisfying throughout the game.
嫌な気配がする。なんだ。
Hello, hello. Oh. I guess I should put a flashing lights warning. Thank you, thank you. I'm a quarter of a century old now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put a... flashing lights... because game. There we go. I didn't know that there would be flashing lights. Probably should have expected that, since it's kind of a horror game. Hello. Chairs. Still baby in comparison. I mean, as far as horror games go, I hear this isn't really, like, terrifying. And so far, nothing has really been scary. There was like a Slender Man with an umbrella that I shot until it died. Headless schoolgirls. Oh. Wouter. It's a reflection while we fight Dark Link in Ocarina of Time. Those kind of look like that.
まだ肉体などにしがみついているのか。
今度こそ逃がさねえ。
意志の力か。興味深い。だがお前は後回しだ。
周りに触れるなと言っている。
そうか、お前の。案ずるな。私なら彼女を救ってやれる。
I like that mask. So far, I'm loving the vibe that this game has.
ここは死んだのか。
ああ、何もしなければな。現世の時間で3秒、呼吸1回分で終わりだ。
嫌だ、まだ死ねない。
一つだけ方法がある。体をよこせ。妹は助けてやる。
あんたを信じろってのか。
無理にとは言わん。このままお前は死に、妹はあいつに蹂躙される。それだけだ。
僕は消えるのか。
さあな、祈れ。
妹はマリー、僕は伊月明人だ。
今さら自己紹介かよ。まあいい。KK だ。名前は捨てた。
KK、マリオ頼む。病室。
Got an airplane now.
「俺には戸締まりしろってうるさいくせにこれだよ。マリー、マリー！ は
おい、しっかりしてくれよ。
僕は消えなかったのか。
神様に感謝するんだな。ちった見られる顔になったじゃねえか。
黙れ。
で、体はもらっていいんだよな。
約束はしていない。現に僕はここにいる。
おい、裏切んなよ。
裏切ってない。
まあいい。居心地はだいぶ良くなったぜ。
妹を連れて行ったやつの居場所を知りたい。
あいつは目的のために大掛かりな儀式をやるはずだ。
じゃあそこに行けば。
ああ、今みたいに返り討ちだ。焦るなよ。今度は俺の行きたい場所に行ってもらうぞ。
So I tend to really like horror type art direction, and this game kind of nails that, well, without actually being, you know, much of a horror game, it seems. Because right now, what I'm seeing is a game that has the vibes, but not the actual scares. And I do like that, actually. I may change that block button, though. Middle mouse is really awkward for an ability that you're going to be making frequent use of.
人がいない。みんな消えたのかな。
だろうな。あいつの計画通りなら外との連絡も遮断されているはずだ。
ずっとあいつを追っていたのか。
ああ、やられちまったけどな。無駄話は終わりだ。行くぞ。
Really quick. Gonna change some buttons. Let's see, nothing uses the side buttons, right? Correct. There we go. Oh, oops. Perfect. That's a really good button, actually.
霧がまだ残ってる。
不用意に近づく。危ねえぞ。何か入ってるのか。
食べ物がある。
使えるものは使っておけ。こんな時だからな。
そうだな。
C for consumables. I don't think I've taken any damage yet, so I should be fine. Oh, I thought that said Doritos. Hotel El Dorito.
なんだろう。
調べてみるぞ。
あいつらがいる。
邪魔だな。片付けろ。
crunch.
あとは鳥居だな。
Tortigate. There's a term I'm actually familiar with, thanks to Neo. I should probably look more into Japanese mythology if I am to understand most of this.
いいぞ、浄化はできるみたいだな。おい、社の中を調べてみろ。片城か、使えそうだ。妙なものがあるな。
Series of bells affixed to a small rod, which are rung by the Shinto shrine maidens as they perform ritualistic kagura dances.
ここはもういい。目的地に行くぞ。
Puppy.
何に向かって吠えてるんだ？
あれを見ろ。止めるぞ。今ならまだ助けられる。これ以上奴らに好き勝手させるな。
You can grab multiple.
霧に飲み込まれて霊になったか。こいつらを助けられるかどうか。さっきの片白を使ってみろ。
吸い込まれた。
うまくいったか。あとは近くに公衆電話はないか。
今時そんなもの。
いいから探せよ。
Phone booth. What do I need the phone booth for? There's a phone booth right there.
あったよ。
受話器を取れ。俺がつなぐ。
何これ？
エドが作った装置だ。そこに片白をかざせ。霧で霊になったやつはこれで外に送れば元に戻るはずだ。
この装置。
That's probably not a good.
Aitsu.
余計なことを。私だけが彼らを救えると言ったはずだ。邪魔をするな。お前は誰も救えない。
邪魔するなだと。なら渋谷中の霊を集めて邪魔してやるよ。
Well, that is a lot of
道
spirits.
案内の続きだ。有限坂に行くぞ。
なんだこの霧。
ここはダメだ。引き返せ。
Okay, I get it. You don't.
って人はどこかで生きてる。
Okay. So, I just want this to be pointed out for anyone who may be like a budding game developer. You don't need to do a voice line for something signifying how something is really bad and then immediately have a pop-up tutorial right after it. The character already told me to get away from it.
エドって人はどこかで生きてるのか。
その予定だ。ほとんどのことが想定外だ。どうなってるかわからん。
It just always bothers me when a game over tutorializes.
これって何？
今はいい。先を急げ。 コンビニか。何か使えるものがあるかもな。
何あれ？猫？
ありゃ妖怪だな。人がいなくなったから出てきやがったのか。
富士屋マート CS ウェイブステーション新商品のご案内です。
私の右腕が務まるのはこの一袋しかない。
Kitty.
急な勝ち込みにも。
片潮があるな。持っている数が多ければ効率的に霊を救えるぞ。
こういうの意外と買っちゃうんだよな。
目を閉じると君の読んだ和歌をいつだって思い出すんだ。あの日の
Dog food.
珍しいものが売ってるな。
僕らは
キュウリだけ持っていてもな。
和歌コーラ。
あ、エンジンがある。好きなんだよな。
Okay, real quick. I need to see if this is like engine instant noodles. Okay, so it's not actually a real life product. Here I thought we were gonna get an advertisement or something.
富士屋マート CS ウェイブステーション。お客様からいただいた今週のリクエストミュージック。
Still, really interesting.
フューネラルフォーマイ。
何か使い道があるのかな。
Geeky.
無駄遣いするなよ。
分かってるよ。
I need to find the dog again. Picked up dog food. I have to feed the dog. Doggy. Pet dog. New entry. It's a rice ball. How do I give dog food? Do they have like a bowl somewhere that I need to put it? All I can see is how to pet the dog. How do I feed dog? It's a very cute dog. I can't figure out how to feed dog yet.
そこの2階だ。
ここあんたの家？
部屋の封印を解除してくれ。
中に何があるんだ？
入ればわかるよ。
It's actually really interesting. It reminds me of the seals in Dawn of Sorrow, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Albeit that one was done using the DS touchscreen, so it was a lot more accurate. I could have gotten free dog food. Who looks at a toilet and says, "Whoa, it's like a secret base"? This is my secret base. Oh, I think this is what he was supposed to be referring to. But when he said it, I was looking at the toilet. Oh my god. Fuck. Mm.
地図の範囲があいつの結界になっている。お前も見ただろう。結界内の霧に触れれば消える。
結界？渋谷にいた人みんな消えたってことか。
うん。消された人間は5万か10万。いや、もっとだ。
なんだよそれ。
まあ、何人消えようが俺には関係ないがな。ただ、このどこかにあいつがいる。お前の妹もな。
どこかって。これってあんたの本？
うん。ガキの頃にカッパを見たことがあってな。
あんた、子供の頃から普通じゃなかったのか。
向こうの世界の食べ物だな。俺たちなら食えるぞ。この世の食べ物とは違う効果があるかもな。
Okay. Spectral food. Food from the underworld not only restores your health like everyday food, but will grant you a temporary boost to your abilities. The remaining duration of a food's item's effect is shown through the gauge on the bottom left corner of the screen. Okay, so they're buff items. List of periodicals. Need all of these ASAP. Thanks, Franco. Inspecting underworld gates, encyclopedia of Japanese sorcery, life and death, a cultural history, instant noodles. All that. Sewer Kid, a report written by KK regarding a number of disappearances that took place near a manhole. Acquiring this will grant you additional spirit skill points.
これは俺が調べた事件について書かれてる。何かの参考にはなるかもな。
KK's investigation notes. KK's old investigation notes are hidden around the map. Finding them will grant you spirit skill points, which are used to upgrade your abilities. Noted. I heard like a meowing sound here.
これって
Daruma. A round doll said to be modeled after a Buddhist monk that brings good luck when displayed. Another cutscene. Is that a bow and arrow?
なんだよこれ。
気に入ったか持っていけ。
こんなものどこで。
職業柄まあいろいろつてがあってな。
あんた何者なんだよ。
国の番犬かつはぐれ者のお友達ってところか。
どういう人間かは知らないけど、あんたがまともじゃないってことだけは分かったよ。
New weapon, I guess?
誰？
仲間だ。
え？
だったと言うべきか。あいつは奪うことをためらわない。俺たちもそうあるべきだった。
戦っていたのか。この人たちと一緒に。
武器も調達できたし、そろそろ行こうか。
Put the utensils away, throw out the empty food containers, and get the kitchen cleaned up before I get back, you slop.
確かに。
お前が代わりにやってくれるか。
嫌だよ。
I feel that.
結界だとマンションごと押しつぶす気か。結界を破る方法があるはずだ。探せ。結界の要、こいつを壊せ。他にもあるはずだ。
何が起こってるんだ。
結界のせいであの世の干渉が強くなってるんだ。このままじゃあの世に押しつぶされる。
Oh, this is weird.
距離があるな。さっきの弓を使え。しっかりと狙いを定めているんだ。いいぞ。ここはもう大丈夫だ。まださっきの石があるはずだ。探すぞ。
Well, there's actually a time limit.
き止まり。
いや、上に行けそうだ。持って数分だ。急げ。
I think I fell in a place I'm not supposed to.
Nanda?
こいつが本体だ。ぶっ壊せ。
間に合った。
やれやれだな。これを仕掛けた奴がいるはずだ。外を調べるぞ。
At least it was generous with the time.
よかった。結界は消えている。
まだ近くにいるかもしれない。下に行ってくれ。
誰かいる。違う。いたのか。
お前も見えるのか。よし、俺の言う通りにやってみろ。
これは
さっきのはこいつの仕業か。追うぞ。
Gotta follow this guy, I guess.
これって。
汚れだ。さっきの力を使って調べてみろ。おい、怪我するぞ。離れろ。
See that.
何か見える。
汚れの中心だ。破壊しろ。汚れに囚われていたのか。こういう奴らもそうだな。先に進もうぜ。
痕跡が消えてる。
俺たちが追っていることに気づいたのかもな。まあいい。せっかくだから寄り道していこうぜ。この辺りに大きな神社があっただろう。何か役に立つものがあるかもしれない。そこに行ってみるぞ。
神社にそんなものがあるとは思えないけど。
わからないぜ。今使っている弓だって神社で見つけたんだ。
盗んだのか。
さあ、どうだろうな。
That's quite the way to look at it. Kitty. Read thoughts? I'm in a bad mood. Kitty. The cat's probably in a bad mood because it's raining. Shrine litter notice. If you are caught littering or dumping trash around our sacred shrine, you'll be charged a full consecration fee for the preparation of your own gravesite. If you litter here, we will fucking kill you. I love that. That's a great sign. I just exploded a car. Hold on. Oh, okay. So, I'm actually going to have to call this stream early today. And that's mostly because I have some stuff planned to do with family for, birthday. I'll 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 either play this game or Silent Hill 1 tomorrow, and I'll be doing it for longer. But today was going to be short, depending on, when people started to message. So I'm actually gonna call it here. I know it was a bit short, but it happens. Thank you, Cinder, Vichy, Gabe, Kishiru. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see if I can read something real quick, actually. Actually, no one's online. Alright, I guess we'll just close then. Well, I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.